All right, let's get ready for Wednesday, April 29th reading. And our goal today is to talk about the aw sound. You're going to find when you look at pages 240 and 241 that there are all kinds of ways to make this aw sound. I have a few of those ways on some of our phonics dance cards, so I'm going to teach you those first. So taking a look at our first way, we can make the aw sound with an A-W. And if you look at the card, you see a big paw. And if you take a look at the word, you can see how it has the A-W in it. And then up here, you can see those claws. And so you can look at the word claw and see how it has that A-W in it. So that's how our chant connects to our picture. And so we're going to pretend that we have paws and claws of our own. And the chant goes like this. We say A-W, aw. A-W, aw. So that's a way to help us remember that A-W makes the aw sound like we hear in claw and paw. Now the next one I have is that the aw sound can also be made with A-U. Now if you take a closer look at my card, you can see that this says automobile, which is the really long way to say a car. It's an automobile. We hear the aw sound at the beginning of auto or automobile. So for this one, we're going to pretend that we're driving a car and someone's in our way. So we're going to say A-U, aw, A-U, aw, 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 beep. You're going to beep at them because they're in your way. So there's that one and how the A-W goes with auto, and that's how it connects to our chant. So one more time. It says A-U, aw, A-U, aw, 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 beep. And you can even say, get out of my way. And then the last one that I have on the phonics dance cards is one of the really tricky ones, and that's that A-U-G-H-T. Now you can see at the beginning it has that same A-U as in the other chant, aw, but when you hear ought, it's oftentimes going to have that G-H-T at the end. Now there is another way to make this ought sound, and that's with an O-U-G-H-T, but that one's not included on our list this week. So this one's kind of tricky. This chant would look a little bit different if we were doing it in class, but I'm going to do this one the best I can. This ought is seen in the word daughter, and so this is a daughter here. Any of you girls are daughters, so you would put a D on the front and then ER on the end, and that's how you'd spell daughter. So for this one, we're going to pretend that we're pointing to a girl, right? Well, I'm the only girl here in the room with me, and so I'm just going to point to myself and say A-U, G, and then for G-H, we can go G-H, T, but putting your arms out, you kind of look like a giant T. And then we would say, ought, daughter. And I could say, that's me. And boys could say, not me. But that one's a little bit more fun if it's interactive and in school together. So I apologize about that one. I'm going to try it again one more time. So this one we would say, A-U, point to a girl, G-H-T, ought, daughter, that's me. Or boys say, not me. So we've got 3 different ways in our phonics cards for making the aw sound, but when you look in your book, you're going to see that sometimes you may just hear the aw sound with just an A, and then you might also hear that sound followed by an AL. So I'm going to hold up a few pictures that I have here, and these are either A-W aw words or A-U aw words, because if you were at school with me or in my book club, we would probably do a sort so that we could practice saying these sounds. So take a look at my picture here. I'll turn it sideways so you can see the word that I've written down. Go ahead and try and read that, remembering that A-U says aw. And it's going to match the picture. You've got a picture clue. So you should have said haunted, and then I would have sorted that one with the A-U. Okay, let me show you another one. What if this was the word I presented in front of you? You would say autumn, and we would sort that one with haunted as well because it's the A-U making that sound. What about this one? You would say yawn, and you hear that aw sound in the middle, and you hear that one with the A-W, so you would have put that one with the A-W. What about this one? Sauce, and we would have sorted that with the A-U because the A-U is making the aw sound in sauce. What about this one? You would say straw, and you hear that aw sound at the end, and that one's being made with the A-W. Let me give you one more. How about this one? Pretty simple one. Saw. And you would have sorted that one with the AW because you hear that sound at the end. So just a little practice with the aw sound. Now you're going to use the words in the purple box, and I want you to sort those, maybe just on a piece of scrap paper, and sort those by what is making the aw sound. And then you also have in your workbook, page 283 is the first one to practice the aw sound. And then if you turn to page 291, that is the other page to practice your aw sound. And those are the two pages I'm going to ask for you to take pictures of and send me so that I can check that you've got the right aw sound in those words. And then you're going to go back and reread the same story from Monday, read all kinds of helpers, and be on the hunt for all those different ways to make the aw sound. Be listening as you're reading and make sure you're looking at what's making those sounds, because we know there's lots of different ways to make that one sound. So our goal today was to understand that we have the aw sound and that there's lots of different ways to make it. Let me know if you have any questions today.